Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're live and on the air with Inside the Headset. Going to roll over to the northwest part of Rutherford County. Going to talk to my good friend from Stewart's Creek, the head coach of the Red Hawks, head coach Ben Caudill. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, Stork. How are you?
I'm doing good. Well, came away with a big win, and it was on Friday night for you in a region matchup. Take me through it. You got Siegel.
Yeah, Stork, man, it was an awesome game. We were able to kind of jump out, there early and take a 7-0 lead on a drive that we executed on a few third downs, which is always good to open the game with some success offensively. And so Seagulls, I think it was their second possession. They drove it pretty much all the way down. It was 4th and goal from the 2 or 3, and we got a really big stop. There, and then the next play, I think we had about an 80-yard pass, out of our own end zone.
Holy cow!
So we scored 2 or 3 plays later, and that kind of got us to halftime. Scored on the first play of the second half, to get it to 21-0, and then Siegel kind of started to make some drives, and Stork, here's the biggest thing taken from that game is I think we had 6 15-yard flags. We had a roughing the passer, 2 pass interferences. We had a holding on a kickoff, a holding on a big punt return. Just some stuff, Stork, that we've got to clean up,
Were you guilty of all of them?
Yes.
Okay, so you're guilty of all the penalties, so your team should have been charged all this yardage, and still come out a winner. So you're telling me, you gave up some yardage, cowboy. That's 90 yards. 90 yards.
When you're up, you're right. And when you're up 21-0, that allows the other team to get back into the game. And I want to give a lot of credit to Siegel at the same time. They've got some really, really good-looking players, most of which are, either sophomores or juniors. And so I want to give them a lot of credit too. But at the same time, the scoreboard doesn't always, indicate the whole story, and there's certainly a lot of things that we've got to clean up, but it's always good to learn those things after a big region win that also clinched us a spot in the playoffs as well, Stork.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Only 4 of you make it. It's a 5 it's a 6-team region. 2 will get knocked out. 4 can only play in the second part of the season, and that doing that alone, coming into this side of the bracket, and you as a young coach, it's pretty important. I don't care what anybody says, because this, talk to Chandler Tiger, talk to Rick Rice, I talk to Kreisky, you talk to any of them. It doesn't matter if in this county, it holds a lot of respect whether you play Smyrna like you did in the opening week, or you're over at Blackman playing those guys, or down over at Rockville. Every Friday night you're going to be challenged. There's not very much of there's not any let up in the schedule where you can say, all right, we're going to play a team Friday night. They're 0-9, and we've got their number, and some of you younger guys be ready Friday night. You hadn't had that opportunity to tell anybody, because your starters have had a lot of opportunity to play.
No doubt, Stork. That's really well said. Over here, everybody's got 2 or 3 guys on either side of the ball that just look really, really special and can really dictate what you do on the opposing side of the line of scrimmage. And everybody's well coached. Everybody's got a good scheme, and it's pretty wild for me, Stork, to just kind of see where we are right now as a team. When not 5 or 6 weeks ago we were barely holding it together.
You were, yeah.
And so sitting here now talking about the playoffs, I think that says a whole lot about our locker room, and a whole lot about the coaches on our staff that have really been able to hold things together. And we're definitely excited to extend our season, but we've definitely got plenty of challenges before the playoffs get here at the same time.
This game you got Friday night, I really like it on the schedule. You catch a 5-3 Wilson Central and couldn't catch a team. This is a type of team, Coach Deb. This is out of a non-district. This is what you need before heading into the playoffs, Coach. It's just the right speed of what you're looking for when you consider where you are after playing the last few games you've played. I mean, you played Rock Vegas, and then you played Siegel. So this Wilson Central 5-3 comes at a right good time.
I'll tell you what, Stork. Wilson Central is really coming off of a gauntlet. They're coming off of arguably, their three toughest region opponents all in a row. They played at Mount Juliet in a really, really close ball game. Then they had to go to White County, who is a really good 5A team, Stork, and that was a close victory that they had.
You know who used to coach over White County, don't you?
I know that Coach Wyatt was over there. I think David Cutcliffe also graduated from there. I'm not sure who you're alluding to, maybe the head coach of the Texans?
No, head coach Jimmy Maynard.
Jimmy Maynard, that's right. I didn't know that's where you were going with that, but definitely they've been kind of a cradle of coaches, to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then Wilson Central went on and played, at Station Camp, who I believe is 7-1. Then they're off their bye week, and so here's the thing, Stork. I'm not sure how the playoffs are going to go, but one thing that's for certain is I think Lebanon is going to be the one seed that our region is going to face, and Lebanon has one loss, and it's to Wilson Central. So we know that we've got our hands full. Number one, it's going to be a really, really tough environment on the road, and number two, it's just a really well-coached team that has a lot of history of success and making the playoffs, and we certainly know that, we're going to have our hands full, this Friday night at Wilson Central.
That's exactly what I said. I love this game. You've got that Chuck Gentry in it there from Lebanon. It comes at the right time, Coach.
Yeah, it's always kind of a wild card this late in the year to be playing a non-region game,
because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what you get.
Yeah.
When you're playing in your region, you're watching the rest of them because you're catching video on them, and you know what you're going to be facing. You're not thinking about catching video on Wilson Central week 3.
Well, I tell you, it didn't take long after, swapping the film to realize that, we better not get caught looking ahead or focusing on anything else, because this is a really good football team, really well coached. Wilson Central's been, these guys over in their locker room have had a lot of success, and so, we're trying to get the right plan in place to go over there on the road and make this a competitive ball game.
Well, the last thing you want to do, you're 4-4 now, so if you could get the win, you'd be 5-4, and then you got a tough one around the corner with the Riverdale game. So as Ron always said to me, we either going to be 6-4, 5-4, 4-5, or 4-6. There's just a lot of possibilities, and you sure want to try to get yourself ready, because every day you get to practice, because you want to get that first win in the playoffs, because you want that opportunity. You want to shoot. You want to shoot as high as you can, but you sure want to try to shoot for at least 2 weeks, 14 days into the next season, don't you?
Yeah, I think, we're really excited about the playoffs.
I am too.
Playing the playoffs last year, Stork, COVID ended our season, and our school is still pretty young, and, so this is the third year in a row we've made the 6A playoffs, and really excited about it. But at the same time, a lot of people have wanted to ask me about those types of things, and we're playing a really good football team this week, and I'm not worried about that. I'm going to be excited when we get to that point, but we've got our hands full right now against a really, really good opponent.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and like I said, I really like this game. It comes at a good time in your schedule. We wish you the best of luck Friday night, and as we say always, go Red Hawks.
Hey, that's right, Stork. Go Red Hawks. Thanks for all you do, man. We'll touch base next week.
Yeah, next week be the last show, Cowboys, so it's winding up quick, so we'll talk to you next week.
Yep, thanks, Stork.
All right, see you, bye.